Strive for improvement, time for the blueprint. Mindset elevate, thrive and demonstrate, planting a movement. Sow the seeds, educate the flourish, building up the team. Our network with purpose, industry is green. We've only scratched the surface, know this call is deep. Nobody gon' outwork us. Yeah, we chasing greatness, trying to give the code. Moving up with patience, foundation stone. Doing what it takes, we're here to break the mold. This for anyone who wanna level up, let's grow.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Plant Movement Podcast. I hope you guys are pumped today. I hope you're doing well, right? Whatever you guys are doing, I hope you're putting 110% in, because that's what we strive for each and every day with everything in life. Today, guys, we're bringing you Alex from Tropics, all right? From Sarasota, Florida. He just got here from a 5-hour trip. Took him to the bathroom, let him do his thing. And now we are on right now live, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. This is someone that has helped grow a garden center along with different streams in the garden center. So it's something that I feel that we align in many different ways. And this podcast is going to be nothing but straight fire. If you guys want to learn how to get into garden centers, meaning how to sell to garden centers, we'll be touching stuff like that as well. I also want to touch on some of the things that garden centers provide, just in case some of you want to grow your garden center to add more streams. You can hear what they do because they touch a lot of different things. Alex, God bless you, man.
You too, my friend.
Thank you for coming, dude.
Thank you for having me.
Finally, I got to meet you at the show in person. Saw you through Instagram, and then meet you at the show the second time. Yeah. And here we are.
Here we are.
Never spoken to you on the phone. I've never talked to this gentleman. Right now is the first time we get to speak.
Yeah.
So talk to me. So first, I want to jump in and tell the viewers a little bit about you, and then your journey in the green industry, and then how you get combined and intertwined with Tropics, and then we'll blast it off from there.
Sure, yeah.
So let's go.
So I started young. My dad was a terrestrial biologist, and I was born in Charlotte County, which is the west coast
What's
of
a
Florida.
terrestrial biologist?
Terrestrial means he works strictly with like plants and terrestrial, the earth.
Okay.
Where you have marine biologists, that is more like the ocean. Terrestrial is going to involve land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was involved with major mitigation projects using mitigation plants, Florida natives. Also, when a mall wants to build or a baseball stadium wants to build, he has to measure out the wetlands, say, okay, we have these endangered species here. This is how you can mitigate the situation and help progress with building, but also protect the environment, protect the local flora.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's a podcast in itself.
Right, right.
Yeah. Very important, yeah.
From an early age, I mean, he had me with a shovel in my hand. I mean, we were planting trees around the property, going to local nurseries. He had, nice greenhouses at the house. He loved growing bromeliads, orchids, things like that. Every morning we'd walk around the house, we called it moseying, walking around, looking at the vegetation, looking how things were growing. So it kind of instilled something right there. And I always kind of kept that. And my dad always told me, find something and stick with it. And it was the plant industry. So from an early age, this is probably over 20 years now, I found that and I just stuck with it.
How old are you?
I'm 41 now.
41. No, we're still young, dude.
I know.
Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, I stopped counting birthdays at 40.
Your knees hurt? No?
Not yet. But I tore my meniscus, but it's fine now. Besides that, that'll work.
That's funny. All right, so then you got into that, and then you also, so now you get older. You went to high school, you graduated.
Yeah.
Did you go to college? Did you study anything in college?
Yeah, so I didn't even graduate high school. I ended up getting my GED. I was a kid that was like to misbehave some, but eventually got the GED, went to college for a little bit. I actually pursued an English degree with a minors in journalism, but the plants kept calling me back. And so I went back on that pathway and eventually started my own business called The Plant Whisperer. And it was a very catered business, insect and disease identification, single plantings, really helping a homeowner with a full concierge service of landscape services.
That's nice.
Yeah, and then intermittently before that, I'd had many different exposures to nurseries along the West Coast, even in Tallahassee. I lived there for a time, and some of the largest nurseries in Tallahassee, as long as in Southwest Florida, I also worked at some of those.
You worked at different nurseries while you were doing the Whisper?
No, the Whisper I eventually jumped into full time, so that was before the Whisper. Yeah.
Okay, so you're working at nurseries, then you started that.
Started the Plant Whisperer. So,
but that's good. That, the high-end market, for people that are trying to get into a high-end market,
absolutely,
it's the little things that allow you to get in there.
It is. Right? It really is.
So
I'm a workaholic. So if it's up to me, I work 7 days a week, all the time.
Your wife keeps you in check.
My wife kept me in check.
Thank God for the wife.
Now, my wife got me pregnant. Or no, I got Let me reverse that. I got my wife pregnant.
Hey, we are in 2025.
These days,
man.
you want to correct that these days. Oh boy. So
You're good, man. You're good.
I found out my wife was pregnant, and I had a decision to make. You know, I also was at the time buying some plants from Choice Tropics for my supply and stuff like that.
So
And
they were around.
Yeah, they were around. They've been around since 1984. And
40 years.
yeah, I had a great relationship with them, and I realized, you know, I can't work 7 days a week with a kid on the way. I got to find some stability here. And Choice Tropics approached me and said, you know, would you ever be interested in starting a landscape division for us? They were just a little small retail nursery.
You had a good relationship with the owner?
I did.
Okay.
I did, yeah, and the general manager as well.
Okay.
And so I talked to them, we set up some terms, and I hit the ground running. I decided to start a business in their business.
In their business.
And it went fantastic. There was a huge need for landscape design.
What year was this?
That was 2000, end of 2014, early 2015.
Okay, so 10 years ago.
Yeah, so we started with, I actually drove my little Nissan Xterra, had a little trailer, and we had one old dump truck, and that's how it started. I would sell the jobs, go out to the jobs, help my guy or two install the jobs, everything, invoicing. It quickly started growing. At this time in Sarasota, all these HOA developments were being built around South Sarasota, so we were first entry in some of these HOAs. Well, it only took a year or two. Had to buy another dump truck, then another dump truck, then another dump truck, then some tractors, then some trailers, and the thing turned into a multi-million-dollar monster.
Just the landscape side.
Just the landscape side.
And then you're able to buy all the product through Choice, which helps
Exactly.
Troy's numbers out as well.
Exactly. So he grew on site. He grows bougainvillea annuals, tropical fruits, things like that. So we were able to supply for the jobs using that. Of course, who would source. So then 2022, handed over the reins to my colleague and partner, a guy that was my operations manager that just was doing amazing. Handed over the keys to the landscape division, focus on the nurseries. We were going to the next level. And then we had a big opportunity, All Britons, a nursery that had been around for 50 years.
Local?
Yeah, 1 mile down the street. He was done. He was
For
ready
real?
to retire.
You see, guys, I talk about this all the time.
So we approached him, cut out a deal, and got a hold of 9 acres 1 mile down the road. Now, the one thing we never got into was the wholesale business, and it was an underserved business.
So it was all retail, what you guys did?
It was primarily all
The
retail.
only commercial was landscape.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So we decided to jump into the wholesale business. We'd offer a small discount to landscapers at a retail nursery. And the reason why, we just had a smaller footprint at the 5-acre nursery, so we couldn't really do the volume of wholesale. So we jumped into wholesale. The reputation of us is we were expensive, so we had to change that. I had to establish relationships. I went through Google and looked up Sarasota landscapers, and obviously knew some as well. Just called one by one. Hey, we're getting into the wholesale business. This is what we can offer you. Yeah. So we started building it. It became a monster.
Okay.
So now we're in the process of trying to hang on.
Hanging on.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
And of course, we had the hurricanes. Hurricane Helene came through, flooded Siesta Key. We're the closest wholesale nursery to all those keys. Casey Key, Manasota Key, Siesta Key, Longboat Key. We're right there.
And your houses got damaged? Product got damaged?
Yeah, our house got damaged. Hurricane Milton, yeah.
But
cost us a lot.
like completely?
We had to cut, $30,000 off plastic off of all of our houses so they
Okay.
wouldn't fly away.
Okay.
The majority of the nursery got flooded. We sustained damage, but we prevailed through
Okay,
on it.
you
And
prevailed too.
a lot of our clients sustained catastrophic damage, but we were positioned and we were able to capitalize on that
Positioned.
moment.
I love that.
Yeah.
So going back real quick, because I let you talk for a little bit.
Yeah.
What made you want, other than just having a baby? Because that's a big thing. I've talked to a few
Yeah.
people out here that we are workaholics, us that are business owners.
Yeah.
And, we feel that what we created, no one can do it better than us. We can't shut it off. We disrespect ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
It takes getting to that point where you're tired or where it's going to inconvenience your life and your personal life to that extent of your significant other saying, hey, I'm out of here, screw you.
Yeah.
For us to wake up. What made you want to, or what was the actual turning point for you to jump in with Choice Tropics and open this? Because you were doing your own thing. Did you feel that you were going to be able to do it easier because you were going to have partners? You're going to have money backing you up? What was the real kicker other than just the baby on the way? And the
Support.
Time? Support.
Yeah, support. I was a one-man show and I was just starting to get some help. But my nature is to work and not stop. I don't know how to stop. And at that time, I was a little younger. Like, I know how to stop now a little bit easier than I did, 10 years ago. Yeah. And the relationships, I really like Troy. I really like Joy, who was the GM. And I saw an opportunity, and I'm not sure what it was. I'll call it God-inspired, because it really was that I have a large faith, right? And it really was that shift in the heart. I said, you know what? It might not make sense, but go with this. And I did. Yeah. And I did.
You didn't lean on your own understanding. You went with the opportunities, and you
That's
said,
facts.
this is where I need to go.
That's facts.
And it's awesome, because that's good. A lot of people are scared to have partners.
Yeah.
And, for me, I see it as, people that are coming together to execute something, and everyone takes on their own responsibility, and it gets done a lot quicker. You can, 4 hands or 6 hands are better than 2 hands.
A lot can be done when you come together.
A lot can be done. And then what made you guys transition from retail only to now wholesale? Because that's a huge change.
It is. It is, and it's intense.
Just your whole clientele you're changing up.
Yeah. And essentially, because I built the landscape design division, we now are getting into the business of supplying our competition. It's not like we put the landscape division down.
Yeah, so think about that. Yeah.
The very people we're doing bids against, we're now supplying plants to.
But that's good. If you look at it, some people might look at it as negative, but I see it as you're providing things that end up full circle. If you didn't get the job, you got to supply some product.
Again, and it goes back to relationships. I've had one-to-one meetings with large landscape companies, and they're like, I can't believe that I'm actually buying from you. You are a competition.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't see you as competition. We're all in this together at the end of the day. Yeah. And in my philosophy is life is too short to try to be at odds or try to compete against anyone. I know where I'm going. I don't need to measure the competition around me. I know the goals that I want to accomplish. It's easier. Like we said before, working together. It is.
It is.
And getting into the wholesale business, I just felt it was underserved. We saw the opportunity because I was a buyer from other wholesale nurseries in the area. They weren't quite providing what I wanted the way that I wanted it.
I've traveled around. The one thing is you're known for being expensive, but if you bring top tier quality, what I see with you guys, I've never been to your spot, but I've seen what you guys posted on social media. I've looked at your website, different things, and it stands out. It's huge. The product quality. Yeah. It stands out. You know, there's all different types of people that buy all different types of quality of products. But you guys have a top tier quality product that any guy that's servicing a $5 million home can go and buy everything right there with you, and they can get it done. Yeah. Speaking on that, you guys service landscape companies full circle. Yeah. Where you get their list and you supply them the whole thing, and you can take it to them as well. Yeah. Okay, so tell us about that.
So we deliver direct to job site. So we have about 4 or 5 box trucks, also a dump truck, where they can basically text me the list or text our wholesale manager, Gabby, the list. We get the list, we consolidate it, we put it together, and we deliver direct to job site when they need it. Oftentimes these jobs are done at 8 o'clock in the morning, wanted at 7:30 in the morning. We're making it happen. Yeah. So on-time service, right? Everything they need and quality that they need.
Yeah,
that's as simple as that.
And when you come through once and twice and 3 times and 5 times, that's it, man. They're sold. They're
locked
not going
in.
to call nobody.
They're locked in.
Yeah, no, that's
awesome. Even if it's something where I'm having to source, I'll tell them hey, I'm having to source this in. I'm very transparent. This is what I'm having to charge for it. Are you okay with it? Yeah. Oftentimes they are, man, because they have 50 other pieces, unique pieces that have to be on that order as well. So they have an option. They can either try to scramble around, try to get it for $10 cheaper, or they can just make it work for their bid.
Yeah, and at that point, it's not worth moving around.
It's not.
And also, one thing with sourcing, guys, when you look at a garden center, you look at a nursery that does this service, sourcing allows them to have or to give you options of what looks the best. So, if you're limited to what the garden center has on the floor, it might not be the best. They might be able to buy it. You pay $10 more, and you get something that's better than what was available on the ground.
Absolutely.
So it all depends on the time you have.
It's huge.
That's a huge thing. So you guys offer all of that, retail, wholesale buying, then also order preparing. Yep. And you could deliver it to the job site, and you guys have a full landscape service. Do you do maintenance at all?
We do.
So you're doing everything.
We're doing everything.
You guys are
We do irrigation. We do landscape lighting.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that on Instagram.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are, and so how do you guys divide everything? Because how many people, let's say up tops or right hands, does the boss have?
Yeah, so we have, so it's primarily me and then gentleman Alex Hanley, who he runs a landscape
Two
division.
Alexes?
Yeah,
oh
two
my
Alexes.
Gosh, how do you guys do that?
It's confusing. We call him H, myself is B.
Okay,
Last
okay.
names, right?
All right, that's perfect. Okay.
So he does everything on the landscape side. I do the nursery side.
So you started with the landscape, you helped build that, and you let that
Yep.
go?
Yep,
Okay.
and then focus on the nursery. So
Okay.
my official title, I removed my title as nursery manager. I'm just growth and expansion.
Okay.
And so I basically manage the managers. You know,
Okay.
they come to me because we have 90, you know, we started with 10, 15 employees. We have 90 now.
90 people
Getting
all
to be
in
100,
everything.
yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Payroll's
So-
fun. Have you guys seen, and this is something, you know, we'll talk about it. This is 2025. We're in
Yeah.
September.
Yeah.
So we're feeling the summer slowdowns. We're feeling a new presidency. We're
Yeah.
feeling, you know, all the negativity around
Sure.
the world.
Sure.
Have you guys seen any slowdowns in having to, let's say, possibly reduce what you guys have built? Because you're ready for war. 2023 was war. We're all
Yeah.
ready for war. We had our muskets. We had our,
Yeah.
you know, our we had everything. We had
Yeah.
our Humvees. We're
Right.
ready.
Right. Right.
Okay, so 2023 was powerhouse.
Yeah.
24 was like, okay, let's see what happens in 25. And
Yeah.
here we are, 2025.
Here we are.
How have you guys had to transition at all? Has there been something, you know, hiccups, slowdowns, a little bit less on this division, or you know, not the same consistent flow where you've had to switch things around?
So it's hard to tell because there's a big asterisk, and it was Hurricane Milton.
Oh yeah.
You know, you got a Category
That's
4
true.
hurricane that lands as a Category high 3. And so it just boomed business. I have noticed a little bit our landscape clients, right? The landscapers that come in and shop with us, their schedules are getting a little lighter.
Okay.
We built a moat around our business, essentially. So our landscape division does not stop.
Okay.
It just keeps going.
A lot of that stuff is commercial, though.
We do commercial and
and real
residential. A lot more residential than commercial.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But I have noticed a little bit of signs of
Mm-hmm.
a little slowdown here and there, but we're going back into season already.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, I put my faith in something other than man,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I like to reduce inventory. I like the idea. It's hard to do sometimes when the orders keep coming in.
Yeah,
I do
100%.
things that help the business, help the bottom line as much as I can. But there's a lot of growth happening at the same time. A lot of people have moved into Florida. A lot of people are moving on the West Coast.
Especially where you guys are, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we just position ourselves accordingly.
Yeah. And what I like about you guys' area too is it's not just buildings. Right, like here, like Miami's being built up,
Right.
so it's
Right.
like they're building more homes, but they're not
Right.
really homes. It's more like 100 townhomes connected.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're each gonna get 5 trinette in the front yard,
Yeah.
and that's not gonna help us.
Yeah.
There's not really homes being built.
Yeah.
There are some homes, but the percentage over what's being built is probably only 25% homes. The
Yeah.
rest is townhomes and apartment buildings, which are limiting our growth as
Right.
nurseries. Let's say we look at that, but where you're at, it's mostly homes.
Yeah,
Right?
it is. The West Coast is still ripe for expansion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, there is a lot of land over there. It's, you know, it's about 30 years behind Miami and the east coast of Florida, right?
30 years?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Okay.
I mean, there's just so much undeveloped land still right in these prime areas. So we
Mm-hmm.
have these big communities being developed, 10,000, 20,000 square foot lots. I mean, plenty of
Huge.
space. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot going on, and the opportunity is there on the West Coast.
Yeah.
It really is. We haven't seen it. Markets will go up and down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Home values will go up and down. But the amount of people still coming into Florida seems to be steady. The amount of building that seems to be happening as far as single family homes and larger than that are happening
Yeah, we see it. I don't see it slowing down.
now.
You know, especially with what let's say the governor's doing, tax incentive,
Absolutely.
and all of that. It's helping people to
Yeah.
just continue to come, and the climate too. People like
Absolutely.
the tropical
The
climate.
Yeah.
You guys are growing,
Mm-hmm.
and in the sense of growing your own material,
Yep.
and you also broker. You
do.
broker product,
Mm-hmm.
just to have an array of everything on site.
Absolutely.
I want to talk a little bit about what you guys are growing. You touched on natives.
Yeah.
Natives are blasting off
They
more
are.
than, I would say, the past 10 years. It's ramped up more
Yeah.
than before.
Yeah.
At least I'm paying attention to it
Sure.
over the past 10 years more.
Sure.
You guys are growing natives?
We are.
Yeah?
Yeah, we are. We're growing sea grape, beach sunflower. We've grown kunti palm, muley grass.
You're doing big numbers or small numbers?
Medium numbers, 500s, 400s here and there. And then we turn the crops over. What we're really known for is our annuals and our bougainvillas. The bougainvillas that are hard to find, like the raspberry ice, blueberry ice, coconut ice, consistently combos of blueberry and coconut, trellis blueberry ice, trellis coconut ice.
And those you grow from cuttings? In-house?
Well, cuttings, or we'll get 4-inch. You know,
Already
we kind of source
started?
from a few different places. Like we'll do Vista here and there, or we'll have someone that's offering 4-inch, and that's a good turnaround, 4-inch liners. So we kind of pick and choose and try to see what works. And we consistently, year over year, that's our big staples, the bougainvillea. 3-gallon bush more than anything. I mean, we just sell through it, and those are tens of thousands.
What percentage of the land that you guys have, you guys grow your own product on versus bring in product?
Yeah, so we got a dedicated almost 5 acres at the one location, and then the other location we will do step-ups on about, an acre or so at any given time. And it is all packed.
So you have an acre of product that you're growing?
Yeah, acre of product that we at our big location, and then 5 acres at our
So you have
location.
6, and how big is it total?
So we have between the two locations about 14 acres.
14 acres. Okay, and I asked because garden centers make their money on turnaround.
Yeah.
More turnaround.
Yeah.
So like me, I've gone out and I've helped garden centers kick off, and I've helped my buddies that are garden center. We grow up.
Yeah.
And the one thing I always tell them to steer away from is trying to grow something. In all reality, because if they can flip their land, you grow something, you have it in a liner, then a gallon, then a 3-gallon, then a 7 or whatever size you're gonna finish it off at. It's taken 3 years.
It takes a long time.
So how many times could you have flipped that same spot, if you have movement, right? If you don't have movement, then grow, because that way you get tax incentives and you have the land filled.
Yeah.
But if you're not growing, like if you're not moving the product, you don't have the customers for it, then it's okay. But if you do, and you're running out of everything else and you're looking for space and you have this filled with stuff that's taking forever to grow.
I know.
I always, tell them, unless you're going to do something niche like what you guys are doing. Those bougainvilleas, they're hard to find.
They are.
There are bougainvillea growers, but the growers that do only bougainvillea, they're going to do what moves. They're not going to do that specialty blueberry or whatever. They're going to do what moves. The barbercars and all those other ones. So that's why I asked. And then with sourcing, because I want the boys that are trying to get into garden centers, because we had a gentleman that we interviewed that came out on episode 81, which is Keith. He's a young 23-year-old firefighter. If you guys haven't listened to that episode, it's a powerful one.
It was amazing.
It's a good.
I love that one.
It's a good podcast. On the episode, I talked to him and I brought up how it's harder for someone that's growing 3 to 5 items to get into a garden center. Like you can, but garden centers normally want to deal with someone that can maybe help them get other things as well, or have more of a variety. What can you tell the nursery, right? Because this is all for the up and coming. This is all for growth, right? People come here to listen to us so they can get some value to grow what they're doing. So let's talk to the nursery guy that has always wanted to get into a garden center, that's maybe been discouraged a few times. What can you talk to them about, just what systems you guys have in place with purchasing from vendors? Like, what do you expect, or what do you want, or what can be better, or what? Because you're our first garden center that comes on, right? So I appreciate that, because we can talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
What can you tell them about getting into like a garden center, being a supplier of a garden center?
What advice can I give someone that wants to get into sourcing and trying to get into other garden centers?
Yeah, like selling their product to a garden center.
It's all about relationships, right? Yep. So getting in front of their face, meeting those people, looking at those nurseries that you are targeting to sell to, really trying to ask questions. Don't talk. We all know that we all have a lot to offer, but sometimes just being in silence and letting a garden center talk to you means everything. And then you're going to start to know information. I get the cell phones of the people that run the garden centers, right? Because we all use our phones. We're always on them. Right, especially when we're in the field / in the office, stuff like that. A lot of times it's easier to look at the cell phone. The reason I get the cell phone number is then I can show them pictures and give them prices. So I start to plant seeds here and there. What do I have that I could offer that I know that they need? Continuing to establish that relationship, making sure and keeping in their peripheral that you exist. I have guys that hit me up that we haven't ordered from in 2 years, right? I'll go 2 years without ordering from someone, but the fact that they check in with me regularly means it's only a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go a year without ordering from someone, but they finally have what I need, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll order from them. The same works if you're that guy, just staying in front of people,
Mm-hmm.
making sure they know you're there and listening. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And I'll have a hot list, right? I know that I can send a line, a list of like 10 line items that I'm selling at a good price.
Now you,
Right.
Troy Tropics. Mm-hmm.
Yep. The other thing, as far as sourcing, getting relationships with other growers. This is where it helps trying not to be in competition with everyone, because I can get good prices. I can offer a retail garden center prices on products that even another grower would offer at the same price that is growing the very product.
Oh, wow.
So it's developing, again, those relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time, but it takes work,
Yeah.
right? The timeline gets decreased if you put in the work. It's action.
Mm-hmm.
You can think whatever you want. You can feel whatever you want about it. Action only matters. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to Homestead? Are you meeting growers? Are you looking at different nurseries? Are you checking prices? Are you talking to those garden centers, seeing what their needs are? Not just talking, listening. Where are their frustrations? And trying to solve that problem.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. You guys heard it. So finding lack and fulfilling with abundance.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
beautifully said.
That's what it comes down to. It comes down to seeing what they're missing. So you can.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to get into a garden center. Seeing where what they're missing, and seeing if you can be that guy to help service them in that, either with that service or that product. I tell the guys here. I tell them, how do you get in a garden center? How do we get in a garden center? How do we call in your garden center? You call and you ask them. Here's a tip. What are 3 items you keep saying no to your clients about that you wish you had? Don't expect to eat the whole rib,
Right.
and bite into a delicious barbecue
Right.
rib. Let's start off with some cartilage. It's starting at the bottom. You can't show up thinking that you're somebody. You got to start off understanding your position, respecting the fact that they're giving you 2 seconds to even speak to them, and then taking action. Another thing is going to a garden center, seeing what they don't have. And I know it could be tough for someone that doesn't know the market or doesn't know the industry, but if you're slow right now and you know about the market, you know about the industry, you know what looks good, you know a little bit about it, you're involved in it, you can go walk at Troy's Tropics and see what they're missing there and ask them about it.
Absolutely.
And then offer and continue to offer. I tell people that come here, I tell them, hey, you have the Dream Team's phone numbers, go get their numbers here.
Yeah.
Here's their numbers. Send them pictures every week of what you have.
Yeah.
Stay consistent. I guarantee you it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
It's the truth.
And for the most part, the way that I feel about that as well is if you're showing up, that shows that you want to be a part of it. And it's already like, I don't know, it's easier. It's easier to work with someone that wants to work with you versus, let's say, Troy's Tropics calling Johnny's nursery and Johnny's busy with 500 other orders, and now he's got to stop to deal with Troy Tropics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a different, energy. It's a different level of respect as well that you'll receive. And there's a lot of opportunities that can come from that.
There really is. And, you made a great point about timing, like 2 seconds of someone's time. Oftentimes I find that this works. We are all busy, right? But if I just say, hey, man, I know you're busy. If you got 5 minutes, if I can just have 5 minutes of your time, let me know. I'd like to talk to you for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oftentimes that 5 minutes turns into 10 minutes,
Yeah.
15 minutes. And next thing you know, you're selling product.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
Yeah. Do you guys use Plant Ant and Plant Finder?
We do. I use Plant Ant some. People use Plant Ant for us. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Our availability.
You guys are on
is
Plant Ant?
crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So we're getting hit on a whole bunch of stuff.
You heard that, guys?
The more comprehensive, I'll give you advice about Plant Ant, right? The more comprehensive you can make your list. And here's the other trick that I do. I'm probably going to get in trouble with Plant Ant. The stuff I can regularly source, because I got so many contacts in Homestead. If someone needs something tomorrow, I'll have a truck here tomorrow.
Wow.
I got access to trucks. If I need something within 12 hours, I'm going and getting and bringing it back.
Okay.
So my turnaround is quick.
Quick.
My availability list is not only what we have, what we grow, but what I can get in a moment's notice.
And so that you'll put it on. You'll put it on
Put
your
it on
plan.
there. I'll put
Yeah.
it on there. And
Yeah.
we get the hits.
Wow.
Right? They might red bar it or whatever, or someone's going to say they don't have this or whatever,
Yeah,
because they need it within 1 hour.
I know.
But a lot of times people can wait until the very next day.
Mm-hmm.
And even at the end of the day, here's the thing too. My relationships are so strong with the other wholesale growers in the local area. If I don't have something,
You just
I'm going to
grab
call my buddy Epi. I'm going to call Scott. I'm going to go right down the road and get it.
Even if you don't make money on it. It's just to
Sometimes-
come through.
Willie, sometimes I don't make money.
Yeah. A lot of
Sometimes,
times.
sometimes my margins are
Troy,
low.
we're joking, man. He
Just
makes
kidding.
a lot of money.
Sometimes my margins are small.
Yeah.
Small.
Well, there is
small.
no margin.
But I
Yeah.
tell you what, doors, open doors, open doors.
Yeah. It's about coming through, man.
I might not make a lot of money on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I might not make a lot of money on the second one. But then the third one and the fourth one comes.
No, the third and the fourth one is all from Troy's Tropics.
Everything.
You get me? So now that's
Everything.
now you're making money. You have to eat the
Yeah.
cartilage before you can eat some meat.
There it
And
is.
for real, it comes down to that. I tell
does.
people, I've never tried to sell anything to you.
Yeah.
And I won't, especially
Yeah.
now that I know one of your vendors. I don't step on
Right.
toes, man.
Right.
You know, you need me, you call me. I will never call you.
Now, the funny thing is, he'll come and pick up.
Yeah.
Right? And we keep that. So that's the great thing about it. I'll have him go to 3Ds. I'll have him go to A's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's
It's
funny.
no problem.
So our
Yeah.
product is at Troy's, but we
Yeah,
just don't sell at
exactly.
Troy's.
Exactly. You got to keep allegiances and loyalties. you
That's
know?
why we don't go to
Yep.
the show, because our product's already at the show in a bunch of
Exactly.
booths. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
And we know that. But look at the respect level that
Yeah.
we can know that and understand that and
Yeah.
not step on people's toes.
Yes.
Like, guys, that I'm telling you, look at the level of respect. This guy
Yeah.
just, we just talked about how he's buying from people that he likes to work with, that he's sending to A's or to 3Ds or to people that he already knows where it's at. And it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. Make your mark about making a market.
Yeah.
We're good. We're coming through. It's okay.
Yeah.
That
It
is
is.
big, man.
Listen,
know?
you don't even know I got your guys on my cell phone. I have talked
That's
to your
funny.
guys, right? I just have
They've
my guy
called you,
that
yeah.
he gets it for me.
Yeah.
And it's as easy as that.
Yeah.
I don't mind paying a couple extra dollars.
Yeah.
Again, this goes back to relationships,
It
right?
does.
And we're all getting a piece of the pie at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it truly.
Yeah, it's all about just who you want to work with.
That's what the green industry is all about.
100%. Yeah.
Community. Exactly. And I don't know why people have a hard time getting that. It's territory and territorial stuff, but we got to break that.
No, yeah, we gotta break. There still has to be, like the episode 81. I did talk about how you do have to have a level of move it like in a mafia type of way, where you do have to keep a lot of things confidential.
Sure.
Like we're here talking about it, and
Right.
it's okay. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, like one thing I talked about was people showing up with a huge sign that's the size of their truck, showing up at Troy's Tropics to unload plants.
Right.
What do you feel about that?
Right.
How do you feel about that? Someone you be honest, because I
Yeah.
was straight honest on episode 81.
Yeah.
What do you feel? How do you feel about that? Or tagging tape?
Sure.
Or pots with the name on
like
it?
having the tagging tape come in,
Uh-huh.
with 3Ds on all the triple
Yeah.
bottles.
How,
or something.
how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel differently now, right? I have softened on it.
Okay.
So we have our Troy's Tropics wholesale truck. We got 2 trucks, a white truck, nothing on it. We have a second truck. It's got a big American flag, wholesale for the people on it. Showing up to the people that we're bidding against on a current landscape job or
That's
something
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We try to keep the respect level there. I try to white truck,
But I'm
white truck
saying
the job
people
sites.
come into your
But
your
the
garden
growers that
center.
come, right.
Growers that come
That
do
come
a
that are
delivery to Troy's
full
Tropics
labeled, yeah.
and fully labeled. What
Yeah.
do you feel about that?
Yeah. I have softened on that. I have softened.
You could be honest.
He's soft.
He's soft about it.
At one time, I was feeling some type of way,
Okay. Okay.
But I tell you, no one can do my confidence in myself and the company is high.
Yes.
If
That's
you
what it comes
want
down
to, if
to.
you want to buy some R plants, go for it. Go try to supply your job. Go try to supply your nursery. Go for it. Do it. Do it. That's fine, right? My confidence is high in what we do.
Yeah.
Eventually they all circle back.
Yeah.
That's what I have found.
You've learned. Well, you
I've
guys
learned.
are there. It
Yeah.
depends who's there.
And it depends on if it's a garden center, it's harder, right? You can get our plants, getting all your stuff. Shout out our plants; they're fantastic. Jeanette, so they're fantastic, right? They'll supply, they'll broker everything like that, right? In a garden center, it's harder. Sometimes they get stuck with it and stuff like that. But as far as supplying landscape companies, that's where it's no threat. The landscape guys that are shopping with us at the nursery, Big Art Plants or Silver Palm or Plant Life or whatever. It's no big deal for me. No big deal.
Yeah.
But we do try to protect where we need to protect. And this comes down to common sense, right? And like your mafia comment, protecting what needs to be protected, right? But also making sure that these relationships stay intact and you're doing things to help.
Yeah.
And they're doing things to help you.
Yeah. I see it big time with the clients. If you come through for your clients, you have that relationship that they're not going to go nowhere else because you are the guy that pulls all the strings for them. That's what it comes down to. And a lot of landscape companies, unless they're doing a lot of work, they don't want to go and try to nitpick and learn who has what. Like, guys, come down. I advise you, come down to the motherland of what everyone calls homestead. Okay, for me, it's the Redlands and homestead.
The Redlands,
well, they call it the Red Land now, but for me, it's always been the Redlands.
Right.
And it is Chinatown for plants.
It is.
Miami-Dade County is the largest county in the country for horticulture. So imagine just what's here. But it's learning what people have, learning how they operate. No one operates the same. So to save money, what money you're actually saving at the end of the day, you ain't saving nothing. Unless you're buying, thousands of things at a time. Yeah. It becomes just a rat race of how am I going to do the logistics of this? And then you turn into a logistics company. And you have to deal with all of the crap that goes along with that.
That's what we're doing. Yeah. We've essentially turned in. Our next thing is we're supplying North Florida, Orlando, Jacksonville. We just supplied a Jacksonville Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
You have to run logistics.
Yeah.
I mean, I work with a company. At any given time, I can get a 10-foot box truck all the way up to 53-foot Conestoga and all that stuff within 24 to 48 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
If they ever fall short, you can call Plant Logistics.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, they're a good company too.
I'll throw in a plug for them.
There you go. I'll get their number from you. Logistics is tough, right?
But that's where, like, you as a garden center, you put that accountability on someone else that you trust.
Delegate.
And that's their job. If they screw it up, they didn't count the plants right. Yeah. That's on them.
Yep. Exactly.
And it's not in house. I've never seen Troy trucks down here. Troy's tropical trucks down here. I've never seen you guys. And that you're not in that business. No. You can be, but you're not in that business. You need a buyer. You need trucks and guys out here all day long. Yeah. Like other nurseries, there are other nurseries. That's what they do. Yeah. They'll fill up a semi or two semis every single day. They drive it, haul it back up to their garden center. Yeah. But there's a lot more that goes into it than what you guys want to be focused on.
For sure.
What's next what's something new that you guys are working on? The new project you guys are working on is cultivation in-house, right? Yeah. That's something fresh and brand new you guys started?
So we're expanding. Well, we're actually doing some propagation houses, so that's going to be new. We're going to expand what we're doing currently as far as growing. We have a niche for annuals specifically where we grow vincas, pentas, marigolds, and we do 5-inch. We don't do 4-inch. Okay. So a 5-inch is going to be about the size of a gallon, but cheaper than a gallon.
Okay. You guys are buying the plug and stepping them up?
Yep. We do cell liners and then step them up. Okay. Yeah. But we're getting into propagation.
Why are you doing that? Do you see more of a need for it because the demand has climbed, or do you see more of a need for it because, let's say, someone left the industry that was growing that? Why do you think now there's enough orders or enough demand for you guys to go spend a couple $100,000 on propagation houses and starting this new venture by expanding that?
So we do see a need. Well, we've done it for years, first of all, and we have a local customer base that is crazy about our annuals. They won't go to Home Depot. They won't go to Lowe's. So on a local level, no one has annuals like we have them. Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing is what makes us different in the 5-inch. That equals a 6-inch, but it's cheaper than 6-inch on a wholesale level. So then we're able to service those landscapers. Okay. They're acclimatized annuals. It's very specific to that local area. So a lot of our landscapers love that our vincas hold up, love that our pentas
because they're grown there. They're acclimated for the climate in that area, in that zone.
Yeah, the temperature. That's a big thing. It's huge. When you go 200 miles south or 100 miles south, the temperature could be a little warmer or a little cooler, but the plant is acclimatized during the cool season, so once it's planted, it's not going to give you any problems.
That's a true thing. Yeah. You could see problems. You could see some problems.
Oh yeah,
there's drought always some. Or something.
Yeah, for sure.
But the fact that you guys are growing it there, it does give you that advantage. Yeah. So you guys are competing with Home Depot and Lowe's. You guys have Lowe's in your area as well?
We have the #1 performing Home Depot garden center in the state, a mile and a half away.
You can't make this stuff up.
If we ever had competition,
Yeah.
it would be them.
Home Depot calls you guys, hey,
Yeah, exactly. We tried to get in with, actually, I got in with Home Depot early on in the landscape division days because I was able to essentially be a contractor with them. Tropics was able to do the install.
Of whatever people
Yeah, they had
Home
this like
Depot.
referral program thing.
That's cool.
It was called Pro Referral.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
they
that was
have
cool.
that with the windows, with fencing. with
Exactly.
everything.
They still have all that. Yep. But we just ended up being so busy we let that go. But that's a challenge, right? Having that powerhouse of a garden center right down the street. Yeah.
But it's different.
It is different.
It's different.
Much different.
I wish, man. I'm gonna say this, right? Because I like to proclaim things. One company I want to interview a lot of different companies.
Yeah.
But one that touches the Home Depot market real hard is Pure Beauty. And I would love to interview them because I see that they're very loyal. And I love the way they move. I just love their Instagram, the way that they respect Home Depot. One thing that I wish I saw at these garden centers was someone knowledgeable. I feel like if Home Depot's garden center, if Pure Beauty, Home Depot, Costa, Nature's Way, you guys are listening, if someone can be there, I feel like that's like what's lacking.
I know.
And I also, here's another thing. I went and I went to a little kid's party. And I met some guy, and he was telling me that I told him I do plants and whatever. He's like, "Oh, you don't sell to Home Depot, do you, right?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, because their quality is garbage." And I looked at him, and I'm like, "Yeah." And for me, I'm thinking that all of the companies, and I know these companies, they're top tier.
Top tier.
And it comes down to the maintenance there on site, and it
time.
also comes down to the knowledge. You go there. And as a homeowner or even a landscaper, there's no one there to guide you.
No.
And I know it could be tough, but if like someone like Pure Beauty or Nature's Way or Costa could have a rep at the store, that can create a lot of opportunity for more sales, a lot of opportunity for wholesale, a lot of opportunity for a lot of things. And I feel like that's something where there's lack that can be fulfilled with abundance. But
in one sense, I'm happy for them if that happens. In another sense, I'm scared because if Home Depot figures out their customer service game, oh boy, that's going to be a challenge.
No, man.
Walmart.
Yeah, right.
Walmart figured that out.
Oh,
They figured
dude.
the shop.
Yeah, right?
Walmart will be the spot. It'll be
Oh,
Amazon.
my gosh. Yeah, it would be Amazon.
I know. But you look at those things and you try to find, what makes more sense and why things are like that. Like for me, it's like, why pump more houses of annuals? What has changed to, for the demand to be there?
Yeah.
And a lot of things that I see around here, the demand changes based off of, like, let's say an existing item.
Yeah.
The demand changes for where now you can grow when someone leaves. Like let's say there's a million of this one annual, this one color that's sold every year, let's say.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at 1 million. That's normally what it's going to be. It might be 900 one year, it might be 1.1, 1.2 the next year, but it's going to be right there close to that million. So when someone leaves that did 400,000, there's going to be a hole of 400,000. So now there's opportunity for people like yourself to jump in, or any nursery to jump in and supply that demand.
Exactly.
So do you feel that has helped you guys grow a larger amount of annuals?
Absolutely. We found American Farms was getting strained. Brad's Bedding was getting strained. We would have Vincas when they wouldn't. We would have varieties of Vincas when they wouldn't. And
they got hit with the hurricane hard.
Yeah.
We talked to one of the boys over there from Brad's Beddings at the show.
But demand is so large during peak season, and especially after the hurricane and during COVID as well. Like, it's hard for some of even the big players to catch up. They're in between crops, and when they're in between crops, we have the crops, and then we get the calls.
It's about having it. If it's having what no one has when people need it.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, you're right. It's not a big moneymaker. This growing game.
It's not a big money.
I would not wish growing on a lot of people.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that because we encourage. Well, look, guys, this is the truth. I say it's the hardest thing to do in the green industry, become a grower, because everything's out there.
Becoming one, yes. But it's also the most rewarding thing. But here's the other side to that, right? The gift that you can provide by doing that is just, you can't put a price on it. I mean, there is a real gift to being able to start something from nothing. And for me, it's profound. The other part of that, some of the growing is not that profitable for us because we're on smaller acreage. But again, one door opens another door, which opens another door. It's not about selling a few trays of Incas. It's about what happens after that. Because then they find out about your palms. Then they find out about your sea grapes, about your buttonwoods. Then they find out you can supply all their plants.
Then you can do their landscape. You can help them with irrigation.
Lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even, let's say, the landscaper that he's out of job, and now they break an irrigation pipe or they break something and maybe they don't know how to fix it. Lighting, stuff like that. They can reach out to the same guys that they bought the plant from, and you guys can schedule in to go fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can help them.
Exactly.
I see what you guys do. Oh, man, what you guys do is very powerful because you have your hands dipped in a lot of things. I also see it as controversial.
Yeah.
You know, I see it as a negative as well.
Yeah.
Because you are touching so many things that people can get jealous.
Sure.
And it is, and we do live in a jealous filled, you know, society, right? A lot of people walking around in their flesh out here. So, you know, I get it, but the fact that you guys are there just shows who Troy Tropics is. You guys have the guns of steel. You're here to make it happen.
Yeah.
And you are growing. So you have that knowledge. You're not just a garden center that buys and sells. You grow. So you do have that knowledge that I'm talking about that Home Depot doesn't.
Exactly.
You know, and that's the big difference between a local garden center and Home Depot Lowe's garden center.
Yeah.
You're going to get that personal touch, that one-on-one, and you're going to get the knowledge, you know, the quality.
The quality.
Like, think about a homeowner that has no clue about plants, and they want to now invest 5 G's into buying plants on their own. They need to know, does this go in the shade? Yeah. Does this take full sun? How many times does this flower? Like, these are all things that can be expressed to them. They might forget half of what you told them.
Right.
You know, but it's okay. The fact that they feel comfortable is all that matters. You're going to make the sale. And you can actually even, let's take the service a little further. Hey, my plants are a little off. Can you come? And now you can send somebody from landscape division. Hey, go check Mary's house that lady bought $6,000 worth of plants. We need to keep her happy. All right, boom. Now a 1 hour trip, you know, they hang out over there 1 hour with Mary. Mary feels better. They can help her, provide her with what she needs to do. Yeah. Hey, let's check your rainbird thing and let's change the timing of the zone. And you make it happen for free. Yeah. And you make it happen. Yeah. And that right there goes a long way. That's a 5-star Google review.
It is, which are important.
Yeah. And you guys, talk to me real fast because I don't want to make this podcast 5 hours. What's the importance for you guys, let's say, with social media? And what you guys have done with it, because you guys have done something with it as a nursery, as a wholesale nursery. Not too many people do.
And why did you guys go that route?
Yeah, and the style and everything behind it.
Man, it's just fun. You know, social media is a way to connect with everybody, and even to push the ball forward in the industry with other peers. And I love the fact that I can follow them and they can follow us, other nurseries, growers, retail garden centers. It's huge. My style is different. I like to put on the music. I like to show the plants, fast frames. You know, I am no pro at this stuff, but it just gives me great joy to be able to showcase what we have or what we got going on, a real snapshot and a moment of time of what's happening at our place. As far as the sales, we do have a marketing team that does the kind of canned posts. Okay. Those are good for the public to see what we offer. And we're trying to be a voice to the retail customer as well as the wholesale. So I try to use Instagram as more of a wholesale showcase. But we also use both platforms, Facebook and Instagram, to just show what we have at a nursery, our weekly sales.
What are you doing on Facebook?
So Facebook,
you're doing reels or you're doing posts?
We do both. So I'll cross it. I'll do the Instagram reels and they'll be posted on Facebook, but we do both. Yeah, we're doing stories, we're doing reels, we're doing posts. You know, educational posts. We have a lot going on about Florida-friendly concepts, environmentally friendly stuff, Hurricane Milton stuff when we were dealing with that. You know, the education, it's huge, and just a well-rounded, attractive site. You know, basically a draw for people that that touches everyone. Yeah, you know, anyone learn.
24-hour portfolio.
Yeah, exactly.
What made you want to jump on and go so hard into social media? And have you seen a difference or an impact by doing so?
We have seen an impact. I'll answer that latter question. We have seen an impact. Yeah, it's been huge as far as connecting with other people. I tell you, you were a big inspiration over the past couple of years and what you did as far as Instagram and what you are doing. I mean, I can't even touch it. I don't have the time. But it's so encouraging to see what you guys are doing here. The style you present is just unparalleled. I haven't found another account like it. So that's what really encouraged me to step up the game and say,
Thank
let
you.
me see what I got going on. Like, let me show the people that. But, and it's not just me. You know, I talk to you about your site, about your Instagram and Facebook to other people, and they're like, yeah, man, A's Ornamentals, that is just the best.
That's awesome. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
God bless
absolutely.
you, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
We're the dynamic duo, you know.
There you go.
And yeah, we love to be different and do what
Yeah.
we want.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like what I told you before we started the podcast, the
Yeah.
only way I'm going to do this is if I can be myself, you know.
So
and
true.
and Eddie brings a style from the car scene,
Yeah.
which is a different style than anyone has seen in the plant industry.
Yeah.
So, you know, the videos that get posted is done with a very expensive camera, and he edits it. He's a professional at this,
Yeah.
you know, and then I take the reins with the stories, and I'll
Yeah.
do all the little videos in the stories and stuff.
Yeah.
It's man, it's good. It's nice to be a pioneer and do
Yeah.
something fire for the industry that other people can see and have, because
Yeah.
it's hard to create something from thin air.
It is.
You know, so to have something to go based off that does work, because it does work. I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell you
Right.
it doesn't, but it does work. And the growth that you have seen. Talk to us about the growth you have seen, other than just relationships. You've seen sales. You've seen people. Like, let's say we have a new customer form. If you ever buy here, you're gonna get a new customer form
Yeah.
sent to you to fill out all your information, so we
Right.
can put it into QuickBooks, and it's gonna have how'd you hear from us.
Yeah.
And Instagram today outweighs everything else.
Sure.
It's normally like Instagram, Plant Finder, and then word of mouth. That's normally how it goes.
Wow.
But when we first started, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, consistent 5 years of
Yeah.
Instagram stories.
Yeah.
It teeter-tots that way. And Instagram's probably like 60% of our sales today.
That's amazing.
And it's not so much that we're selling directly to the client right
Yeah.
there, but we're building that connection that now that customer came from Instagram. So I take it as everything that person purchases from here on out showed
Right.
up from Instagram. If it wasn't
Right.
for Instagram, they wouldn't know who we are. We wouldn't have an opportunity to service them.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Right.
have you what would you say is a percentage today that Tropics generates wholeheartedly from everything that it offers, based off of jumping on social media
Yeah. On the wholesale side
and the retail?
and the retail side, yeah, I would say I would assign 50% from Facebook
50%
and Instagram.
That is crazy.
It's pretty amazing. We get comment after comment after comment.
Wow.
Then the large percentage is just our presence. After being there for 40 years,
Yeah.
people know us,
Yeah.
right?
And Google too, probably. People
Google's
type in
huge.
garden
Yeah.
center.
You shake a lot of hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shake a lot of hands.
Oh, yeah.
You're at all the shows and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, yeah, it's amazing the power of social media. Like you were saying that, and I was just like, wow, I had not thought about that, how big it's tilted, and
It's
how
tilted, man.
impactful something like Instagram is.
Dude,
now.
it
It's
is
huge.
tilted.
Yeah.
It is tilted. But it comes with a lot of, you know, you got to almost like live in it. Like not live in it, but it's like a priority.
Yeah.
You know, the stories become, and I like the stories. We post, the posts are great.
They're fun.
But the stories to me goes back to that supply and demand,
Yeah.
where you only have a little bit of time to be
Yeah.
the first person to watch it, and it makes you want to touch that circle.
Yeah.
Right? Like FOMO, you have that FOMO, fear of missing
FOMO.
out. Like, what are these guys
Yeah.
doing, man? I hate
Yeah.
these guys. Or I
Right,
love these
right,
guys, right?
right.
And I love that. But that stemmed from just people always calling me. Remember, I used to be a one-man show.
Yeah.
Okay, so when everyone's calling you and you have a million things going on, people
Yeah.
ask for pictures. It's like, dude, listen to me, man. If you don't like what I take you, dude, I will give you the whole truck. Like, that's where my confidence level was.
Exactly.
Because I could not supply them with pictures,
Yeah.
and I was tired of losing opportunities because people wanted a picture and I could not supply them
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
So during that window, that's where my confidence was. It was, if you don't like it, I'll give you the truck for free. To 20 grand. And you know what? We showed up. They're like, what are they going to tell me at that point? They're going to
Yeah.
say, all right, bro, send it. Because there's no
Yeah.
risk.
Exactly.
No risk on their end. I wasn't
risk.
asking them for money up front. I wasn't asking them
Yep.
for nothing. Just let me perform, dude.
Yeah.
And by doing that, that's how I built these solid relationships with some of these guys.
Wow.
It was a platform that I, as a single operator, right, or as a high up position in my company years ago, I was able to post it somewhere where I can just say, hey, you have Instagram, jump on there, type in AS Ornamental Nursery, and go look at our stories, go into the highlights, okay? And you'll see all our products. So it's live, it's real,
Yeah.
it's from last week or it's from
Yeah.
a month ago. Like, you can see
Yeah.
what sizes are. Remember, the trend has changed. You know, plant sizes have changed over the past 5, 6, years
yeah.
1,000,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see where it's at.
Yeah.
You can, just that alone, you can see the quality. You see the leaf. Is it burnt? Is it, what's going on with it?
Yeah,
You could
for
see all
sure.
these things, and it took away that pressure of me having to send pictures and what does it look like, because that's what everybody wants to know. People want to do the least and get the most. People are lazy, man.
I know.
So the better you can service a lazy person, the more opportunity you have, or someone that's busy, right? There's
For
busy
sure.
people,
Busy.
right? Proactive, and then
Yep.
there's
That's
that,
better.
there's
Yeah.
proactive people,
Yeah.
but there's also lazy people.
There is, yeah,
there is,
for sure.
there is. I'm not
For
going to
sure.
sit here and
Yeah.
not be real.
Right.
Right? I'm gonna be real, and it's that. So Instagram let us do that. That's why we put the name, we put the quantity, we put our phone number, we put the spec, because that's what people ask for. So it's less, hey, how many you got, man?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how many I got. Tell me how many you need. You only
many
need
you
100, dude. I have 10,000. Like, don't ask me how many I got.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
disrespect you.
Right.
At least
Exactly.
you're gonna take it that way.
Yeah.
What do you see for the future of the industry? And one of the things also is, what do you think we are lacking? I want to start asking everybody that.
Yeah. So for the future of the industry, I really hope to see involvement of the youth, because we're at such a crossroads right now. We are distracted, right? Social media, screens, kids inside. It's a whole new culture. Plants get kids outside, right? This industry can be fun. It can be exciting. There is health benefits to just being around plants instead of inside of a sterile building. So I hope we create, as an industry, an environment that stewards something for the youth, that the education starts to get on point, that we start to use, like our space, for instance. We've used it for kids, for elementary schools, to get them excited again. Agriculture and the green industry in general is so important, because it'll disappear if we have disinterest from the youth. Lacking mature product.
Okay, here we go. There
The
we go.
palms that we saw 10 years ago, the bushes, the specs, the right specs,
Yeah.
and that's a byproduct of supply and demand, right? Demand is so high, supply is where it's at. But I think what's lacking is, let's just put it to a simple term, patience. I think us and other growers can do a better job by sitting on product just a little bit longer. I know it hurts. But let's get our standards up again.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy 5 to 6 foot Christmas palms in a 25
The only
gallon.
person that I know that has told me that they'll do that, other than myself, is Sean from Shade Tree Farms.
Oh, really? Sean said that?
Sean, these 100 trees, no, man, they're not ready yet. We got to wait for them to germinate. And I'm like, dude, we got to check right
Yeah.
now. No, man. Nope, not going to let them go. But it's good, though.
It is.
It's good at the end of the day
Yeah.
for what, that's a true grower. That's someone that loves what they do and loves what they're growing.
And it's hard to do, man.
I'm
the one that calls the growers. They're like, man, they're I can't find Confederate jasmine. I need 1,000 of them. That we just put them in like 2 weeks ago. I'll take them. I'll bring them over.
it all depends
But
where the
I'll
market
grow
is.
them out and stuff like that.
It all
of
depends
course.
where the market is.
It does. Yeah.
But like right
It
now,
does.
we're seeing summer slowdowns. So
Yeah.
the summer slowdowns have allowed product to grow a little bit more.
Thank
You're
God.
not going to get
Yeah.
that growth in the palm side.
Right.
Because the palm market is still strong in New York, Jersey, and all those
Strong.
places. That's where the palms
Up
mostly
north, it's huge.
they end up
Yeah.
buying a lot.
A
so
lot.
that right now, you're not going to see too much size. Robolini, stuff like that. Maybe
Yeah.
a little bit bigger. You'll see a 5.5 foot, 25 gallon versus
Sure.
a 4 foot. Like the smaller 3 gallon and 1 gallon material, we are seeing what is more available with size to the point where it's becoming overgrown and people are having to cut it back. And a lot of people are tight right now.
Yeah.
So cutting it back costs money. It's labor and also refertilizing.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't want to because they can miss an opportunity of selling. But
Yeah.
I do see a lot of product already overgrown and ugly is where I see a lot of the product. And then I do see young and fresh product. But that middle stage, that creme de la creme, it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't see it as much.
Yeah.
But there is. Like we offer here at A's, we offer where we will hold the whole product. So I've learned that the higher the risk that I take on, the more opportunities I'll have to work with people that need these services.
I like that.
Okay, but the risk is very high.
Mm-hmm.
So a landscaper that they're starting a big development, it's $1 million project. Or let's
Yeah.
go down to a $50,000 project.
Sure.
Let's say they need 50K in plants.
Yeah.
We can guarantee that we'll have it at a specific spec or a specific size or whatever they need come the due date. So what's going to be shipped first, second, third, and 6 trucks of
Yeah.
product to ship, 50 grand or whatever it is, we'll do that and we'll guarantee it. So you need a 36-inch by Burnham Odo and the market's at 28. I promise you we'll get it at 36 or better with
Wow.
that time frame. And
That's
then we
huge.
take on that responsibility of
Yep.
making sure that it is available, bug-free,
Yeah.
spot-free, top-tier quality, all these different things.
Yeah.
But that's like a niche, right?
It is.
And it's not for everybody,
No.
and a lot of people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But that's one way that we've learned to combat the shortage problem on size,
Yeah.
and it's helped.
I like
It's
that.
helped our clients big time. It's
Yeah.
helped us and our clients big time.
I like that. That's genius, man.
It's genius, but
Yeah.
you gotta be ready for it.
You're ready. It's risk.
It's risk,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I think that's about it. I love what you guys are doing, and I think we're, as an industry, I think we're starting to step into the right direction here as far as cultivating relationships, really starting to have each other's backs and making this thing turn. Florida's going to get bigger, the homes are going to turn over, new residents come in, the supply of plants or the demand of plants will always be there, and the supply will always be needed. I can't thank you enough for what you guys are doing, because it's huge for me, the relationship thing. And to see this happen in real time, to see what you're doing, bringing people in different fields together, it'll pay dividends, and you'll see it. And I'm sure you are seeing it.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
yeah,
you, man. God bless you.
absolutely.
Guys, if you tuned into the end of the episode, thank you guys. We love you. God bless you. If you need to reach out to Troy Tropics, all of their information is down below if you're listening to us or watching us on YouTube. If you want to talk to Alex, shoot him a DM on Instagram at Troy Tropics and say, it's Troy Tropics, right? On Instagram?
Troy's Tropics.
Troy's Tropics on Instagram. Say, Alex, I saw you on the podcast, man. Make his day, all right? Brighten up his day. We love you guys.
Strive
God
for
bless you, like I
improvement.
said.
Time for the blueprint. Minds to elevate, thrive, and demonstrate, planting a movement. Sow the seeds, educate the flourish, building up the team. Our network with purpose, industry is green. We've only scratched the surface, know this calling is deep. Nobody gon' outwork us. Yeah, we chasing greatness, trying to give the code. Moving up with patience, foundation stone. Doing what it takes, we're here to break the mold. This for anyone who wanna level up. Let's grow.